make it a 5-week plan and a 4-week plan. And they just got busy sharing and so excited about what Karatbars stands for, what we're doing, how we're changing people's lives. And I tell you what, the momentum just really, really takes off. You know, if you find that one person that gets as excited as you are, you're going to have a blast. It's just so much fun being part of this company. Let me tell you a little bit about the company. The owner, CEO, and founder of Karatbars International is a gentleman by the name of Mr. Harold Seitz. You can see his picture there on the screen. Harold is an absolutely incredible human being. I've worked with Harold for 4 years now. I toured with him a couple of years ago. We were in 9 cities in about a 3-week period of time. And trust me, you get to know somebody really well when you're living out on the road and from one airport to one hotel and back and forth. But there was a group of us that went on tour for Karatbars right after we had really, had our first year in the U.S. And I tell you what, I can't say enough good words about him. For those of you that were out on the tour and you came to those meetings, I know each and every one of you understand what I'm talking about. This man has got the biggest heart of any person I think I've ever met in business. Harold is the individual that never needed to work again. But when in 07 and 08, when he saw the world economies and the real estate bubble hit, the auto industry problems and banks needing bailed out, and there were over 400 banks that went belly up in a year's time. And Harold saw that, and being from Germany and the way his mind was thinking, and we've got to go step in his shoes for a minute there. And he has, living in Germany, they've had 3 financial or currency crashes within the last 100 years. He's not only lived it, he's heard the stories from his grandparents, his parents, and it was not a pleasant time in Germany. I think we all remember in school the pictures of people in Germany back in the 30s with their wheelbarrows stuck full of the Deutschmarks. And they were actually dumping the paper money out in the streets and using it as fire because it was worth more to burn it for heat than it was it wasn't even worth the paper it was written on for currency. And, people were doing that, and they were still in wheelbarrows. The currency was absolutely worth nothing at that time. They were printing in the 30s in Germany, and Harold's, Jimmy Larson, they've got these, the old Deutschmarks. And what was so funny, and it's not funny, I guess, at the end of the day, but they kept doing what we're doing today. They kept trying to just print more and more money. And the more money that they produced, the higher inflation went, and it took more of those Deutschmarks to buy the same products, the more money that they printed, or I should say currency that they printed. But what's really interesting, this was a time which digital currency was not around, and everything was computerized, and they had the printing presses going. They were actually printing money so fast at that time that the Deutschmarks, there's actually nothing on the back side of them. They were in such a hurry to print currency to keep up with the demand of inflation that they did not have time to print the back side of the money. And I'm sure they'll have those at the meetings here in Nashville for those of you that want to see that. It's just we live in America here, and I know we've got people from all over the world, but here in America, it's hard to wrap our mind around that, because we went from gold to where gold was actually money. Remember the great, when everybody went on the gold rush, when everybody went to California, and they were out there and they were risking life and limb and disease and the elements and everything else to get to California to get a piece of gold. And sometimes you have to stop and think, what was it about gold that made them sacrifice everything to get out there and get their part of it? And the answer is simply this. At that time, the world understood what real money was. Since that time, they've convinced us to bring our gold into the bank. And if you'll just, we'll store it for you. We'll keep it safe. You don't have to worry about it. We're going to give you this piece of paper. And then, when you get ready to get your gold back, this paper is going to make it easier on you. And when you get ready to get your gold back, all you got to do is bring this bill in here. It's a Federal Reserve note, and it's the equivalent 1-to-1 for your gold. So your gold is going to be here. It's safe. We're securing it for you, and everything's going to be great. Well, little did we know that a few years later they started devaluing the dollars, and it ended up, within a decade or so, it went 5-to-1. So now then, your dollars were not equivalent 1-to-1 for that gold. It went to 35-to-1. In the 60s, we saw it go to 65-to-1. And then in the early 70s, we came completely off the gold standard here in the United States. And, when we did that, when our money was actually backed by something of worth, we lived in a prosperous world. Normally back prior to 1970, in the 60s and 50s, you had one going to work every week. And that one person worked outside of the home, and they were able to provide. And that's how the middle class, we were primarily, the whole country, the middle class was thriving during that time. And it was only one person working outside of the home. And then once we came off the gold standard, what happened? Then we saw wives starting to have to go to work to help pick up, the extras that they needed in the home. Today, in 2013, statistically, we're looking at 2.8 workers in a home to provide the same products and services that one worker in 1970 could produce. And it's simply because we're printing that money out of thin air. It's not backed by anything, just like it happened in Germany back in the 30s. We're following, he's supposed to be their best teacher. And sometimes I don't think people go back far enough and understand why things happen. And that's a good thing about Karatbars, because it's kind of waking people up and nudging them a little bit and reminding them that, what we get accustomed to daily is not necessarily the right thing to do. And as we keep printing that money, it becomes less and less valuable. And I should say currency there, gang, so forgive me for that, because it's a currency. It's not real money. It is a paper IOU, or a substitute for real money. Real money has always been gold for 6,000 years. Countries understand that. Countries have their gold stores, and that's gives you the financial strength of that country based on how much their gold stores are. You've seen China buying in a frenzy, upping their gold storage, but that gives that country strength. But not only does it give a country strength, it also gives individual strength. Now, one of the big issues is that most people, and I'll ask here, prior to Karatbars, if somebody had to ask you, how do you go buy gold, or where would you go buy gold, would you have known where to lead them to? Gold bullion. I'm not talking about coins. It's a completely different thing there, the coins versus the bullion. Eric, no, I wouldn't have known. And I came from a financial background and had financial businesses. And if somebody had asked me where to go buy bullion, I wouldn't have known what to tell them. I knew how to call up my stockbroker. That was pretty easy. But I wouldn't have known who to call to buy physical gold. And the issue there was most of us have only been allowed and only have had resources to buy coins. That world of bullion has never been opened up to us for the simple reason that most brokers, if you don't come to the table with a minimum of $25,000 to $50,000, they're not going to talk to you. They're probably going to hang up on you, because they deal with transactions in the millions, per transaction. So, and that's where their money's made. They don't make money on small transactions. So most of the time, those brokers, and the high dollar minimums kept most people locked out of the bullion market. So it became foreign to everybody. So Harold realized that, and what he wanted to do is create a system that brought, to the masses, the working people, the purest form of gold, the most secure form of gold that money could buy, currency could buy, and make it to where it was affordable to the masses. And that was something that was missing, and that was the birth and the vision of Karatbars, is to provide gold to the masses at a price point they can afford. We produce 999.9, that's the 4 nines, currency grade gold. When I say currency grade, the LBMA stamp that's on our gold turns that into a currency. It's real money. Gold is real money, but the LBMA stamp means that it's good delivery and it's accepted everywhere in the world as money. Not all gold is the same. There's only a few refineries, less than, I think, the neighborhood of 50 refineries worldwide that can put that LBMA stamp on their gold. When countries exchange gold, they will not accept it without the LBMA stamp, because that is currency grade gold. And you can always go visit the LBMA, which is the London Bullion Market Association, but it's lbma.org. And, I encourage people to go there and look at the stringent regulations on LBMA refineries. It's pretty impressive. And once you understand, the prestige that stamp carries on your gold, then you understand the difference between just any gold out there and what Karatbars has to offer. Right now, we're delivering. I know this slide is outdated. We're delivering in 89 countries now, and we're doing business in 89 countries right now, and we're delivering in almost 70 countries today. Now, another thing that makes Karatbars so special is we've got an incredible affiliate or customer program. So if you have people that are just looking to acquire gold, that's fine. They can with Karatbars. But there are others out there that's like, this is so fantastic. What if I have somebody else that wants to buy gold too or acquire gold too? So they've created an incredible affiliates reward program through Karatbars, and we're going to show you tonight a 12-week strategy that will accelerate earning power. It's going to create weekly incomes very fast, and it's also going to give you the opportunity to acquire free gold week after week. This 12-week plan is ingenious. Karatbars was fantastic before. We've had the dual system out there for about a year. But when they coupled this, Pastor Di and Miles Smith coupled that with this 12-week plan, it was the perfect marriage. And it just made it clear and easy, and it provided a system for everybody, no matter what your walk of life is, to once and for all become financially free, and also have a product that you can hold your head up and be proud that you represent Karatbars. Now, one thing we tell everybody is the economy that matters most is the economy in your own home. We talk about the world economy and all the negatives there. Well, honestly, everyone has a choice. You can live in a world of debt, or you can live in a world of freedom. Most people would want to live in the world of freedom, but they're so busy trying to keep up with their everyday, finances and jobs and kids and everything else, that it's hard to find time to show them how they can become, or for them to stop and say, I'm sure a lot of them say there's got to be a better way than working yourself and your fingers to the bone, working for the man. And you come home and you have your pittance each and every week, and it just never seemed enough. Well, Karatbars, this is the other way. We're going to show you the road to freedom tonight and how simple it is to obtain financial freedom using this program. Now, some of the things we share, for example, are the secrets of the wealthy. And I'm going to go fast through some of these slides here because I know we all want to get the money. But some of the secrets of the wealthy, and I love opening this window up for people where they understand the power of precious metals. You know, we talk about gold and silver. You hear that out there a lot these days. But you go back in the 30s here in the Great Depression where they confiscated the gold in the United States. And everybody thought that was just awful. They took our gold from us, you know, and they only allowed us to have like $100 worth of gold on our person. Well, people really thought that was the confiscation, but the truth is they've been confiscating your wealth for years, and most people never stopped to realize that this was happening right under their noses. In 1964, and I'm going to use the example of silver here, and the minimum wage in 1964 was $1.25. And at that time, you could have had 5 silver quarters right there. If you had those same 5 silver quarters 40 years later, as of 2/27/2013, those same 5 silver quarters would have a value of $26.21 in melt value. But we all know that quarters in our pocket today, they're $1.25. So once they took the precious metals out of our coins, it was another confiscation of wealth, and it happened right beneath almost everyone in this country's nose. And that amazes me when we sit here and we actually, like, you know, stop to think for a minute. That's what they did. They've never stopped confiscating wealth. You know, inflation, you know, the more money they print, you know, the easiest way to steal your wealth is by cheapening your money, which is exactly what they did with our coinage here in the United States. Now, here's a few examples. I love to show this chart, and it's just a comparison. And this is a 40-year-old chart, okay? We're going to compare 1971, it's a little over 40 years, 1971 to 2013. 1971, an ounce of gold would have roughly been $35. Well, gas at that time was running 36 cents a gallon. Hard to believe, but it was running 36 cents a gallon. If for that gold, it would have been equivalent, that 1 ounce of gold would have purchased you 97.22 gallons. Let's compare that to 2013. And we've got an average price for a gallon of gas is $3.50, and I know that's going to vary depending on what country you live in. But if you had still had that ounce of gold and you had acquired it in 1971, it would today purchase you 385.71 gallons of gas. Let's look at a loaf of bread. If you'd had an ounce of gold back in 1971, an ounce of bread was worth 25 cents. And that ounce of gold would have purchased you about 140 loaves of bread. See, if you still had that ounce of gold from 1971 today, it would buy you 575 loaves. And this car, that's really amazing, but a car averaged about $2,700 in 1971. That was just an average vehicle. And that would have been equivalent to 77 ounces of gold. Well, what if you'd had that 77 ounces of gold today? It only took 22 ounces to buy a $30,000 car today. Only 22 ounces. You'd have 55 ounces left over. It's amazing. Look at a home. $40,000 back in 1971. We come off the gold standard. That home would be equivalent to 1,143 ounces of gold. Let's say you acquired that 1,143 ounces of gold when it was $35 an ounce. Look at where you would be sitting today. It would only cost, for a $225,000 house, it would only cost 167 ounces of gold. That is shocking to me. And when you're here on income, look at your income. It was $9,111 was your average income back in 1971. That would have been equivalent to 260 ounces of gold. And today, a $50,000 income would be worth 37 ounces of gold. So I think with this chart you understand, just in a 40-year time period, how much better off had we been acquiring gold back in 1971 when it was $35 an ounce. Now, we look at the price today, it's $13.50. Does anybody really believe that it's going to stay at $13.50 an ounce? And I know it's a little bit more than that. Gold has always been, real money, and it's always been inflation-proof, and it's always been a hedge and a protection of your wealth. Back in July 1st, Pastor Larry and Miles Smith created this 12-week plan that we're about to share with you. It was a declaration of financial wealth, financial independence. And we decided that we were going to do a 12-week burst, and we expected record-breaking growth, record-breaking sales, and record-breaking incomes. And we have far exceeded any of our wildest dreams in the last 12 weeks since this program started. And just the people, the lives that have been changed, it's just absolutely incredible. Kim, we're going to get to it. We've got to get through the basics first here, but we're going to get there. Here's our pay plan mission. It's a revolutionary pay plan mission, and what we do here is we're going to show you how to implement the correct way to move money toward you so you can acquire economic freedom in as little as 12 weeks. And the key words there is the correct way to move money, and the big words is toward you. Most of us, are moving money away from us each and every week. For example, if you get your paycheck this week from your employer, it goes from your employer's bank account into your payroll account or into your checking account. And from there, it goes and once it hits your checking account, you're going to pay your bills. And there goes your mortgage, your car payment, your, water bill or telephone bill, whatever, and you're moving money away from you. It came in and it goes right back out. And also there's all the other goods and services. And what Karatbars loves to share with people is that through our program, we can reward you for saving money and not spending money. And it's simply by following the concept, the number one principle of the elite and the wealthy is paying yourself first. And gang, this is not just for the elite. We've been told that since we were children, that we needed to save our money if we wanted toys as kids. We saved our allowance, but we've always been told to save money and put it back for a rainy day. What we were not told is to save real money or paper money. So, of course, here at Karatbars, we all know which one is inflation-proof and which one takes care of our earnings and keeps up with our earnings year after year. Now, the second secret of the wealthy is not only do we want to show you how to, that we realize that there's the movement of money, but the one thing that's really important about the movement of money is the velocity of that movement of money. For example, here's a picture of a stock exchange. We realize that they're all out there, hollering and screaming every day, and, tickets are flying, and that's when things are good. There's so much activity on that floor, the stockbrokers right there, they've positioned themselves to get in the way of the movement of money. Because every time money is exchanged, whether somebody's selling or buying, they get a piece of it. And we want to turn you into kind of individual, not a stockbroker, but we want to show you how you can do the same thing where you can get into the way of the movement of money and the speed of that movement of money, and you capture a piece of it as well. And we won't talk about when it goes down. We all know what happens when it goes down. That's just a bad memory of 2007 and 2008 for most of us. Because when it goes down, people lose jobs, and the middle class gets wiped out. Let's go over here, and we talked about the positioning. This is the third principle of the wealthy, is learning to position yourself to get into the way of the money. Now, here you see pictures of a hospital staff. There's nurses, there's doctors, there's orderlies, there's anesthesiologists, and there's a hospital staff here. Every one of them went to school, but they all positioned themselves by choosing that career path of where or what position they were going to be in into that flow or that movement of money throughout their life. Now, of course, some of them had to give more up front of time, effort, and school, education, and it cost them more to get that education. But, you know, like that anesthesiologist, you know, those nurses go to school for anywhere from 4 to 8 years to get their license to practice that. But some of those anesthesiologists went 12. So for that, just that little bit more, there's a massive difference in their income when it comes to Payday Friday each and every week. Now, you know, on Payday Friday, there's a lot of the world out there that have set themselves up for just getting by. Sometimes, and most of the time, it wasn't on purpose. It was just life. You know, things happen. You can have a lot of dreams for 16, 17, and 18 years old, and you want to be, you know, especially when we're kids, we all want to grow up and be a nurse, a fireman, or, you know, a teacher or something another. And we have those dreams and everything, but as we start aging and we get to the time it's time to go to college and further that education, you know, sometimes things happen in life. It's no fault of their own. It's just life happens to some people. The fortunate ones, you know, that are able to go through that education and everything, they've been able to position themselves to build wealth and not just get by. So I'm going to skip over this, guys. I know y'all hear it every night, but, you know, this is the fourth principle about exponential growth the wealthy understand, and it's about the penny doubling every day. And I think most of us here tonight realize, and I know we have some guests on the line, but if someone offered you today an option of either a penny doubled every day or $1 million, most of us choose on this line tonight, they would choose the $1 million, because most of you, I know, understand exponential growth. And exponential growth, let me show you what happens here with that. Exponential growth, if you had a penny doubled every day, on day 1 you would have a penny, day 2 would be 2 cents, and it just keeps on doubling. And by the time you get to day 20, penny has doubled up to $5,242. Now that's pretty good, but it's a long way away from $1 million. And for people that do not understand mathematics, you know, a lot of them would have picked that $1 million. And you just like lottery winners. They get $1 million in their hands, and before the year's over, it's gone. And that's one reason we like to share exponential growth, because many of you are going to be earning, you know, quite impressive incomes. And the key to becoming wealthy and staying wealthy is understanding the power of exponential growth. Remember that first slide I showed you about moving money toward you and not away from you? You know, these are just basics that we really want to get across to people, that this is how you stay wealthy. Just because you're making, you know, 20, 30, 40,000 a week in Karatbars doesn't mean that we're going to encourage you to go below it. We hope that we share with you the importance of paying yourself first and saving real money to protect yourself in the future when it gets to retirement, that you've got an asset that you can count on, or when your child gets ready to go to college if you're younger. These are, you know, gold is an asset that you can count on, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 6,000 years from now. It's generational wealth, just like the Ming dynasties, just like India. You know, when a baby's born in India, they start giving them gold right there, you know, at the birth. And the more gold that that child builds up in the dowry as it ages, makes her more appealing to a suitor when it's time to marry her off. And, you know, we see this in Asia, we see it in India, we see all these countries that are acquiring gold, and they understand it as wealth. And here in North America, unfortunately, a lot of us thought wealth was having paper in the bank or digital numbers in the bank. And a lot of people have been let down on that, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, when we've seen stock markets tumble, and we've seen, you know, a lot of people lost 50% of their 401ks and their IRAs back in '07 and '08. $2 trillion disappeared. We want to remind you of these. It's very important that you understand what's going on in the marketplace you may not be able to control. You know, you can plan to do the right thing, have your 401ks and your retirement plan, but if you started saving today, $65 a week, and you built it up to 10 years down the road, and you've got $35,000 in the bank and 10,000 years for saving, just a little bit each and every week, and somebody beside you, your best friend beside you, was saving $65 a week in gold, which one would you rather have, the gold or the dollars? Because I can tell you 10 years ago, if I had put, $35,000 in the bank 10 years ago, and I take it today, that same $35,000 is stuck in there, it's not going to be near as much as it did 10 years ago. And it's not going to be any different when it comes to my retirement. So I want to have an asset that's going to keep up with inflation. My dollars are not going to do that. But gold will do that, and it will keep up with inflation. It's proven year after year after year. You've got history that proves that this is the ultimate in asset protection for you and your family and your wealth. And but anyway, here in this exponential growth, as you're earning these monies and everything, we love to share with you, pay yourself first. That's important. But when you start to see in this exponential growth, if you make $30,000 this week and you blow it, it's gone. So next week you got to go make $30,000 again, and that's fine. But I think that most people look at how that they can obtain wealth so quickly with Karatbars that maybe you don't go spend $30,000 and blow it this week. Maybe you go blow $10,000 and you take $10,000 to take care of your needs that week, and then you take another $10,000 and you put it in saving. Most financial experts are going to tell people they need to be putting anywhere from 5 to 20% a week back for their retirement. I don't know what your needs are or what your way of life is. I don't know what you're envisioning for your future, but when I get ready to retire, I don't want any stress. I raised 6 kids. I'm over that. The last thing I want is financial stress in those golden years. I want my life with my husband and not have to stress over where the currencies are at in the world. Because, with cars, you can obtain a little each and every week, and every time you do, you're protecting your future. So here's the system. The system on the 12-week plan, and let me make this statement first, Karatbars has 7 different streams of income. I'm going to share one of them with you tonight. You can actually come into Karatbars as an affiliate. You never have to buy a gram of gold. You never have to buy any products. You can simply refer people, and you will earn a commission. That's in our unilevel system. We are a true affiliate program. Now, you can do that, but you're going to leave a lot of money laying on the table. The plan that I'm going to show you tonight is optional, and if you're serious about becoming financially free and you follow these 4 steps, then it's going to be hard to get out of the way of earning anywhere from $15,000 to $136,000 per month. So let me share this system with you. Step 1, enroll. Create a free Karatbars account. Free for everybody. We don't nickel and dime anybody. We don't charge annual website fees. None of that. Simply go register for your free account. Step 2 in the dual system is you're going to immediately acquire a business package. If you go into business for yourself, you're going to need tools. And that's what these packages are. They're tools. Remember when I said positioning yourself? You can be an orderly, you can be a nurse, you can be a doctor, or you can be an anesthesiologist. Pick which package you want to be in, because this is where you position yourself. Yes, the price is different on all of them. The bronze package starts out at about $130. The gold package is running delivered to your door around $800. The VIP package is running it's about $2,100 to the door today because gold is up. And I'm not even going to go into the exclusive VIP. It's $10,000, and gang, it's nice, but we don't need to talk about that today. It's going to pay I'm thinking about the pay plan tonight. It pays the exact same thing as the regular VIP system. But pick your package. This is your business package. Number 3, once you do that, you're going to teach yourself, and this is, again, I'm going to impress this, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Create your own savings account to start preparing to take care and protect your finances and your financial future from whatever goes on in the government. You can't control them, but you can control what goes on in your home. So practice that. Pay yourself first. We ask that each week that you make a commitment to yourself, not me, and not Ronald in there, or not Eric, or not Stan, or not anybody else in this room. Make that commitment to yourself that you're going to start with that plan B, and you're going to start acquiring gold, and you're going to start on a path to financial freedom out of the debt money world. And step number 4, you find 2 people, and we do this 12-week plan is based on you going ahead and doing steps 1, 2, and 3. And the first 7 days, you need to go find 2 people that you can team up with that will do the exact same thing that you do, that understands, about gold, why it's important, and they want financial freedom. And gang, I know we've got a lot of people in the room. How many in the room have found their 2 people? Just type yes in there, or better yet, for the sake of time, write down how many people you have referred to Karatbars, and since in your first week, or your first whatever. It's that easy. And I know there's people out there that have literally brought in 100 in a week. It's just crazy, Marcel. I mean, it just makes sense. And so when people say there's no way they can find 2 people, then you're not talking, or you don't understand it, because you're being a blessing to someone by sharing Karatbars with them and giving them a system, a plan to remove themselves from that world of debt and start actually building wealth. The dual system I'm going to share with you. If you're a bronze, you're going to earn 5% direct commission, silver 10%, gold 15%, and VIP 20%. You're also going to earn cycle bonuses, because as your team grows and you get your 2 people and they start getting their 2 people the next week, as that team grows and your organization grows, every time, every product that Karatbars offers has a unit value attached to it. And all of those can be found in your back office. Every time you acquire 50 units on one side and 25 on the other, and gang, it's not based on how many people are in your organization. It's based on the volume of business that is going through your organization. When you acquire 50 units one side, 25 units the other side, it's going to create a cycle bonus. Now, this is interesting, because one week your left team may be your strong. Next week it may be your weak team. This can go back and forth, but when you acquire 50 units on one side, 25 on the other, it will create a cycle bonus. They start out at 10 euros per cycle as a bronze, and it goes up to 80 euro per cycle as a VIP. So you're roughly looking at in US dollars from $13 to a little over $100 per cycle. They're cycling. I know that there are people in there that are cycling 50 times a day right now, and it gets pretty interesting by seeing that and seeing how that changes their lives. And that's not even counting those personal direct referrals, and that's the reason people don't stop, referring just 2. If you're a VIP, for example, and you refer another VIP, you're going to earn 20% direct commission, which is almost €320, a little over $400. And you're also going to earn €80 per cycle. If that VIP shows up on your week side, that's 4 cycles, which is another €320 on one person. So absolutely, people are making lots of money, and they feel good about it when they go home, because, you know, I don't know of anybody in Karatbars that is sorry they ever started or joined Karatbars, because it's more than just about making money. It's about protecting yourself. Finally, and what I hear so many times is finally there's a plan that encourages me to save money. And when I do that and share that with others, then it just increases. So now that I'm moving money toward me, and that is so important. And the more money that comes toward me, the faster I can build my wealth up. So when I get, maybe I don't want to work to 70, maybe I want to work till I'm 52. You know, it's happening here today. And I've seen so many people quit their jobs with Karatbars. It's hilarious, because I've seen them hand their boss a Karatbar and give their resignation at the same time, and said, you know, and tell them, you really need to know about this, and share the Karatbars program with them, because they've already found financial freedom. Don't need the job anymore. But here's the bronze package and how it works out. If you follow those steps, go ahead and enroll, acquire your bronze level package. It's going to cost you about $130 one time, one swipe, that's it. We're not going to keep charging fees on top of that. That is your business tools to get started. When you acquire your package, you're going to start paying yourself, and remember these rules, because you're going to commit to yourself that's $65 a week or 1 gram a week, you know, that you're going to put back to yourself. And some of you say, well, that stings. Well, watch what happens here. Now, let's say you go out first week and you're going to refer 2 people, make $13, and you're probably not going to jump up and down just yet. But that's going to be your direct commission there. And then you see week 2 and week 3, and you see big fat zeros there, you know. And people go, man, I'm not going to make anything. No. You know, one of the most important about building a team and an organization is getting your foundation down. And we like to impress that, because we don't want you just to go sign up Uncle Bob and Aunt Sue, or as Tammy says, anybody that can fog a mirror. You know, find 2 people, 2 like-minded people that are willing to do and commit to a 12-week plan, and there's nothing going to stop them. They're committed. You know, gang, this is a 12-week plan. Anybody can commit to this for 12 weeks. They really can, if they really, truly want to be financially free. But week 2 and 3, you're building your foundation, and what I mean by that is 2 people that you refer, you're going to help them get their 2 people. And the next week you're doing the same thing, because you want a strong foundation. If your foundation is strong, then the money is going to flow much quicker. If you put a weak foundation there, you're not going to obtain financial freedom in 12 weeks. It may take you 12 months. But find people that are like-minded, that are willing to commit, and they're determined once and for all to be financially free. So as you go through, and that $65 a week that I talked about that you're going to commit to yourself, at first we talked about doing that for 12 weeks. Well, if you follow this plan and you work it step by step, week 6, your commission is going to be $65. But that's not a lot of money, but guess what it does? From that point forward, you're not having to acquire your gold each week from your pocket. It's coming out of your profits. Well, it only gets better, because week 7, it's $143. Week 9, $546, all the way up to week 12. If everybody does the same thing, you can be earning $4,485 per week at that point. Remember the exponential growth? look at the numbers on the chart. That's exactly what's happening, because things are now starting to double, and you've got people finding people that will commit to working the plan for 12 weeks. And people say, you know, what happens after the end of the 12 weeks? Well, when it's your 12th week, it's somebody else's first week, or somebody else's third week, or somebody else's 5th week. So it just keeps growing, and you will see and realize exponential growth week after week after week. So that's the bronze plan. Let me show you the silver package here. Silver package is going to run out, I think it's $335 to your door. Week number 1, you're going to earn $27. 2 and 3, same thing. You're going to build that foundation. And gang, I can't impress on you how important that is to build that strong foundation, because ever how you build your foundation is going to determine how quickly you get to complete financial freedom. But week number 4 on the silver package, you're not taking that $65 out of your paper pocket anymore. You're taking it from profits, and your profits now are acquiring your gold for you. So it's perpetual free gold from that point forward. Week number 8, you're at $1,100. Let's go up to week number 12, $17,250 per week. And gang, this system works. How many of you are in the room? I know there's some long notes there, but how many of you in the room are sitting here living, breathing testament to this system working for you? Just type yes in there, because I know you're out there. Absolutely. And, you know, the system is working, and it works like a charm, and it's easy. 2 people that are willing to do what you do and want financial freedom. And I haven't met anybody yet that could look me in the eye and tell me that they wanted to be broke as a joke for the rest of their life. I've not met that person yet. Maybe y'all know them, but I hadn't met that person yet. I see them out there struggling every day, and I know that they're tired. There's got to be a better way, and all I got to do is go share it with them. Here's your gold package. Gold package level, it's going to run you about $800 to your door. You're going to earn $40 your first week. Week 2 and 3, you're not going to earn anything. You're building that foundation. Week number 4, you've got 100 in, and that's close to 2 grams right there. It's really over 2 grams. But bump all the way up to week 12, it's over $20,000 a week. Would that change your life? And I know there's not a lot of people out there making in the world today, working a job. They are not pulling in $25,000 a working for the man. That's a rarity. You know, I know there's good positions out there, but very few of them are going to pay you $25,000 a week working for the man. But with Karatbars, it could be yours in as little as 12 weeks. And let's go to the VIP package. It's going to run you about $2,100 to the door. Week 1, you're going to earn $53. Week 2 and 3, building that foundation. Week 4, you start earning perpetual free gold, by meaning it's not coming out of your pocket anymore. It's coming out of your profits. Week after week after week, you can acquire gold from your profits and not take it out of the discretionary funds that you got at your home. All the way up to week 12, $34,500 per week. And gang, do not get this messed up with monthly. This is weekly income. Let me show you these side by side. Got bronze, silver, gold, and VIP. The numbers that we're sharing here are based on you are the only one that has upgraded their package. I have seen people, Selena Brantley shared this morning, her son started at a bronze one day. A week later, within a week, he went from bronze to silver to gold to VIP. He decided he wasn't going to leave any money on the table, because the numbers that I'm sharing with you tonight, they're all based on the same amount of people, same amount of purchases within your group, same amount of effort, same amount of everything. The only thing different is where you chose to position yourself. That's it. Because these numbers are showing that you're the only one that upgraded, and everybody in that organization is only a bronze. And we tell people, come in where you can. You know, get in. That is the most important thing. Make that commitment to yourself. Just get started. That is the most important thing. Maybe you don't have $2,000 to put into it right now, but you can do the 130. Go ahead and get started. Get your tools that you need to start building business. And as every week goes by, you have opportunities to upgrade to the next level. Karatbars is not going to penalize you because you didn't have 2,100 today, and it's 130. You know, they're just going to gently let you upgrade as you can. And we have people every day of every week upgrading their packages. The key thing that we want as a company is to encourage people to get started wherever they can, because wherever you're at right now is going to be totally different in 12 weeks if you follow this plan. And you'll be looking back, and I promise you, if you follow this plan and the people in your organization follow the plan, in 12 weeks, you will never, ever have an issue over putting $2,100 out for anything again. And that is a fact, because that will be pocket change. And especially when you're sitting here looking at this VIP level, I mean, it's about you. It's your choice where you position yourself. Come in where you can. We try to recommend to at least to stretch to the silver if you can. And the reason being, it's 4 times the money. 4 times the money off the same efforts, the same amount of people, same everything. But most people do not want to money sitting on the table. And that's the reason they continue to upgrade all through this system. And hey, and I'll tell you what, you're going to have a world of support in this team, because nobody is going to judge anybody where they come in at. We're going to celebrate with you that today was the day you chose to change the course of your financial future. That's what we celebrate in Karatbars, is people just getting started and just sharing this with other people, because it literally can make the difference between homelessness and going without in those golden years. How many elderly people do we see today? And it gets my heart. It really does. How many elderly people that have retired from their jobs or been laid off from their jobs, you know, or the position has been limited, that we see standing at Walmart at 10, 11, or 12 o'clock at night handing you a buggy because they can't make ends meet on what they have, or their Social Security is not keeping up with the basic needs that they have. Maybe it's prescriptions or stuff. And I know me, I don't want my family to ever have to do that. There is no way that I want somebody that I care about to have to re-enter the workforce when they're sitting and enjoying a life they've worked for. They've earned it. But now they're going back. That just bothers me. But Karatbars can prevent you from ever having to see those days. You know, I'm tired. I'm 52. I'm tired. I don't want 72. That's 20 years of work, and I got plenty of energy for that. But at 72, when I get ready to retire, if I retire then, I don't want to have to be told that I have to go get a minimum wage job just to be able to get my prescriptions. I don't want that stress. You know, life is tough enough out there in so many different areas. The last thing I want to be doing is worrying about money when it's time for me to retire. Karatbars can truly give you financial freedom from generation to generation. I love that because I've got kids, I've got grandkids, and I'm going to be like those Chinese dynasties. I'm going to acquire it, and I pray to goodness I never have to use it, and that'll be fine. I've still got an asset that can good collateral for anything that I need, but my gold will remain with me and my family until times of duress or times I have to get rid of it maybe. But I truly look forward to passing down this wealth from generation to generation. I like my grandkids. You know, they were God's gift to me for not killing my own kids during those teenage years. But I love the fact I've got something that I can leave as a legacy for the future generations coming. But anyway, what you need to do now, wrapping it up, gang, is just enroll. Go ahead and get your free account, acquire one of those packets. I mean, just get in, get started. Start committing, commit to yourself. Today is the day that your financial future changes. Start acquiring 1 gram a week. Make that commitment to yourself. Not me, not to the company, not to your neighbor, to yourself. That is so important. Be thirsty for financial freedom. Be hungry for it, and be willing to commit that for you and your family. And we know. And the last thing is team up with 2 people that feel just like you do. They've had enough of not getting ahead and going further and further behind, or living that life of stress. You know, because things break. You know, things happen. I mean, there's always something going to pop up and take any little extra you got. But if you don't have a plan, have a system, you're going to be in a lot of trouble coming days. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. And that's not even to mention all the scary things that the world's going to tell you about the currency crashes and the current state of the economy, and 17 trillion in debt. And I mean, that could scare you to death if you want to get over there and get in it. And a lot of that's very real. Do not. You know, when you look at Karatbars, look at all of it. It's the most incredible opportunity for the masses to get, not just earn income. To me, that's secondary in this case, even though that's incredible money, earnings. The most important thing is taking that stress off of yourself, getting into a land of freedom, and leaving that world of slavery. Because when you've got debt, you're a slave to the system. And, you know, I don't want to be nobody's slave. Not at all. I want freedom. We're lacking a lot of here today. But find those 2 people and team up with them. Help them get there too. And get this, you know, get the word moving. That's all it really takes. And last, we get paid every Friday. It's Payday Friday around here. We've got the most gorgeous, privately branded MasterCard I think that's ever been created. It's class and elegance and just it's beautiful. I love pulling out my Karatbars MasterCard. It was recently voted the best design in Europe about 3 or 4 months ago. The best design of the year, I should say. In Europe about 3 or 4 months ago. It is absolutely stunning. Forget your gold American Express or gold Visas or your Platinums and all that stuff. There is not a card in my pocket that I'd rather pull out and go off than that card right there, other than my gold. I do have my gold cards in there too. But we get paid each and every Friday morning. Just don't want you living in any stress whatsoever. You're going to wake up Friday mornings right here in the United States, and I know it's different with the others from different areas, but you're going to wake up on Friday mornings, and they've already got it loaded for you. You have to jump through no hoops, moving it from this account to that. You didn't have to do any of that. It was already loaded in your account. I've been doing this 4 years, never missed a commission run, ever. Now, what they have done is paid out early a time or two. If there was a vacation in Europe, we got paid early. But we've never missed a commission run whatsoever, and that's pretty impressive for a company in this industry, and it's one that's been around for years. That's strong. But not everybody has their own privately branded MasterCard either. You just can't go say, hey, I want one. You have to have some strength and stability in your company, and we're very proud of that MasterCard. But it can be used anywhere in the world. MasterCard is accepted. It's an easy way for you to exchange your commissions right back into gold each and every week. Like I said, it's loaded every Friday morning. You can go to the ATM with it. You can swipe it at a point of sale. You can walk into your bank, and every one of them's got that little cash advance system back there. And you can say, I want 10,000, I want 15,000, and they'll count the hundreds out for you. I do it each and every week. It's fun. it will get your banker's attention. So, you know, that's even a lot. Matter of fact, Tammy Morrison has registered almost half of her bankers, the people in her bank. Excuse me, but it's funny when they start doing that, because they will ask questions when you start walking in there every week and saying, you know, I need this much cash, and it just keeps coming off there week after week after week. That's pretty nice. So get in, get started, get committed. 12 weeks. 12 weeks you can be free, and not just 12 weeks older. I want to thank you for your time and attention. I am going to bring up Opryland. We are having our Freedom Celebration next week. I cannot wait. All the leaders from all across North America will be right here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with Thomas Schroner, the Director of Americas from Stuttgart, Germany, will be attending this event. And my friend, you know, the man that I've learned to respect so much, Mr. Harold Eitz, the CEO founder of Karatbars International, will be in attendance. We will have Jimmy Larson we got people from all over the world. We've just finished up one incentive contest. We annihilated that board, that incentive contest. I'm so proud of them. And we've got a lot of people that have won this trip that will be in Nashville. We can't wait to see you here. If you want to attend, all you have to do is log into your back office right under the dashboard. In the latest news section, there's a link there that will direct you to all the details that will be happening at that event. It's awards, recognition. This is a freedom celebration. It's not about being stuck in meetings all day long, even though there will be private meetings all over the place and little small group meetings. That's brainstorming sessions. We'll have this, but it's not going to be mandatory that you do. This is about freedom. We want you to see and feel, and we want you to be spoiled for a weekend. And Opryland Gaylord Resort Hotel in Nashville, Opryland Resort and Hotel, it's one of the top 100 hotels in the world. It is absolutely breathtaking, 9 acres under roof of waterfalls. It's got a lake that rolls through it. It's impressive. It's got 5-star restaurants. Of course, there's all kinds of music in every corner of it. At the event, we're actually having some entertainment come in. I know you won't want to miss that, but there's going to be some speakers. Harold's going to tell you where we're at today, where we're going to be at next year, where we're going to be at in 5 years, and he's got some pretty exciting news to share. And he normally shares a lot with me, and this is one that he's told me it's going to be a surprise to me too. So I don't know what's coming. I just know that I'm going to be there, and you can be too. Next Saturday night, October 26th, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, Opryland Resort and Hotel. Go ahead and get your tickets if you can. It is limited seating. If you want to send a guest or something like that, if they want to attend, you can go to akaratbars.com. And that's the letter A, karatbars.com. And we're going to be back here tomorrow 2 times. You will have Dan Giralmo, Boomer. Well, we all love Boomer. He's our class comedian. And Boomer will be back here tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern. And when I say class comedian, he's going to be the smartest class comedian you've ever met. The guy knows what he's talking about. He is entertaining, and he's going to be back here at both sessions tomorrow at 12 noon and tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, we've got somebody here every day of the week, 2 times a day. Just bring a guest, show up, share at Karatbars, play that sizzle call, and get them to an event and one of these webcasts, and you won't be sorry, because then you will be on your road to financial freedom. I am going to play a little video for you on the incentives right before we go, and I'm going to scan the audience for questions, and I will answer those for you right after this video. So hang on just a second. Okay, gang, I just went scroll through the questions. John, you've been incredible about helping answer questions over there while I was talking. And those incentives, guys, they're crazy. You know, there's already, I know there's the cologne and the ladies' perfumes, the first one, and that tablet. My goodness, I mean, get in, get started. I'd love to see everybody across North America with a Karatbars tablet right in front of them. That would be fantastic. And I know with the way that y'all worked that last incentive program, there's going to be some people with that vehicle. And trust me, we're not like everybody else where they give you a stipend every month. And here's you know, you can go lease your car and here's your little bonus. You pay for your payment every month. Karatbars doesn't do that. They hand you the keys, free and clear. Here you go. You want a car the old-fashioned way. Here's the key. It's yours. Have a nice, have a great day. Enjoy the vehicle. No other stipends coming like most companies do. But with that being said, gang, I am going to officially close tonight. Thank you for all being here, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bring a guest and start. If you haven't yet, go ahead and get started on your road to financial freedom. That being said, I'm officially closing the meeting tonight. Thank you.